This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4. I've had this device for 1 week since its launch, and I want to share my thoughts, opinions on the successor to the Z Flip 3. So without further delay, let's dive right in. So, starting off with design, Samsung went ahead and gave us a very familiar design, but has refined it. So if we take a look at the sides of the entire device, it has been kind of a little bit of a squared off look and feel. The sides have a glossy feel to it, whereas the back of the device is a matte finish now, so that definitely helps with fingerprints. So there is that. The hinge is a little bit less subtle, and I'll bring in the Z Flip 4 just for comparison. You can tell how glossy and how fingerprinty the back of the Flip 3 is, and the sides are a matte finish, which I kind of wish it was entire matte finish with the Z Flip 4, but oh well. And the hinge is a little bit larger. So if we take a look side by side, it's just a little bit larger, but that's okay. Now, when we open this up, display wise, it has a little bit bezel around, a little bit of a less bezel than the Z Flip 3 around the entire device, which is a huge plus. For those who are wondering, the crease is still there, and does it annoy me? No, it doesn't, because I've gotten used to it. The first 5-10 minutes setting up the device, switching from a normal device to this one, I can feel it. But right now, like, if I put my mind to it, yes, I feel it right now, and it does get annoying because I'm thinking about it. But 99% of the day, if no one reminds me, I'm not thinking about the crease, and it's just a normal device for me, so I have no issue with that. But this design, I like it. Samsung, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe like one suggestion I thought about it when I did close up the Z Flip 4 was maybe make this display a little bit larger. I don't know, put it up here, but that's just, a thought of mine. Maybe it would be nicer to have a larger display. I don't know how it would work and how Samsung would implement it, but it definitely would be nice. Design is definitely one of the reasons why I went and picked up the Z Flip 4, because it's compact, it folds. I absolutely love it. Like I said, display and the crease is not an issue. In fact, it's 120 hertz. I don't need Quad HD. This is Full HD, perfectly fine. But the fact that this device folds, it's really, it's really solid. And when I'm folding the Flip 3, I can definitely, feel that I've had this for a while, and let's say I try to leave it at that point, it's going to close on its own at one there. Like, it's just really easy to close. You can see how loose it is. But when it comes to Z Flip 4, like, I'll leave it at really any angle. There you go. It just isn't that loose. See, like, I'm actually pushing, and it takes a little bit longer to push it down. But this compact foldable is great, especially for design. I love it. Keep it up, Samsung. So when we talk about software, this device comes with Android 12 and One UI 4.1. And if you have a Samsung device, it's more or less the same. One thing I want to know is this does not support Samsung DeX. So if you are an avid Samsung DeX user, I wouldn't recommend you picking up the Z Flip 4. If that's one of the features you use, this just ain't it for you. But for me, I don't really have an issue, so it's fine for me. But I'm really used to it. I'm really used to having One UI, and I actually really do like it. The one thing I like about Samsung devices is when I'm switching from one Samsung to another, Smart Switch has been amazing. It replicates everything from my home screen to all of the apps I have to many of the settings that I have. It's absolutely amazing. It might be a little bit different when you're switching from another device, like a different Android device or from an iPhone, but when you're switching strictly from like a Samsung, let's say I had the Flip 3 as my daily and I was switching to the Flip 4, it would literally replicate, and it doesn't matter if it's the Flip 3, but it would replicate what I have here onto the Flip 4, and that's one of the reasons why I love Smart Switch. Some don't, but that's okay. That's just my opinion. Anyway, if you ever use a Samsung device, then you know how Samsung is with software. One UI has been great. They've been improving over the past couple years, and it's become one of my favorite OEM softwares. I actually really do like One UI. One UI beta for 5.0 is already out on the S22 series. It's been awesome. I can't wait for Samsung to release it on the Z Flip 4. But we are getting 4 years of software updates, 5 years of security updates. That is awesome. So you're getting Android 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now the question would be, in that time span, how would the Z Flip 4 withstand, 4 years of kind of folding back and forth, and also its battery life? That I can't tell you, because obviously I've had this for a week, so I don't know how it would last after 4 years. Maybe we'll get back to that in the next 4 years. Who knows? If you guys want to see something like a 4 year later, how does it hold up? Let me know in the comments down below. But I've had no issues with software. I'm not going to dive into the details because it's a Samsung device. For those who have a Samsung and know how software works, and if you're switching from one device to the potential Z Flip 4, then it's really, you're used to it. You're gonna feel like you're at home. A part of the phone that many people use that I actually don't use is going to be the camera. Like, I rarely use the camera on the Z Flip 4. And I'll share with you guys sample photos that I took with the Z Flip 4, but I just don't use it. Now, the one hardware difference that I notice is it just, sticks out a little bit more than the Z Flip 3. If we take a look at the Z Flip 3, it feels a little bit more flush, whereas the Flip 4 definitely does protrude just a little bit more, but that's not too much of an issue. Like I said, I'm not a big taking out my phone and taking pictures with it, because that's just not who I am. But when I do, it gets the job done. The Z Flip 4 gets the job done. And like I said, there is an improvement from last year. It has great quality, and especially if you throw it a lot of light, especially during the daytime, it's going to, get the job done. But it's just not the flagship. It's not like S22 Ultra. It doesn't have a 108 megapixel camera. It doesn't have space zoom. It just has a wide and ultra wide, which I'm fine with. And it's not going to be able to compete with the iPhone 13s, or at this point, iPhone 14s when they release, and the Pixel 6s or the Pixel 7s when those release in October. It's just not going to compete with those. But I like how, let's say you want to vlog, and let's go to camera. There we go. If you just want to hold the camera like this and record a video, you're all set to go. It's easy to use this one-handed. You'll feel more safe. I don't know. I like it. And if you want to, FaceTime, it definitely cuts the screen in half, and that's what I like about the Z Flip 4. So that's also nice that we have a foldable device if you want to, record while your phone is sitting straight like that, or if you want to FaceTime, that is also a plus. But you won't go wrong with the cameras on the Z Flip 4. Just know you're not getting flagship quality. Now, I can finally talk about the battery life since I've had this for a week, and I've got to say, it's definitely an improvement, definitely a much better improvement. Samsung did increase the battery capacity, 17% increase with a 3700 milliamp hour battery. That's super close to the Galaxy S22. Now I'm getting about 3 hours of screen on time with just under 50% of battery life. And my day starts at around 7 a.m. and when I took this screenshot, it was around 6 p.m. So that's a huge plus. It does charge faster. I believe at 25 watts. I'll be writing it down, the correct wattage right down below. But there you have it. It's much faster charging. It has wireless charging. So that's also a plus too. And I've been using wireless charging knowing that the Z Flip 4 has it. Wire charging is also much faster. It's been lasting me longer. And also add the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset. That's also helping with its battery efficiency. Definitely a huge plus over the Z Flip 4. If that was one of your main reasons of I can't use the Z Flip 3 because of its terrible battery life, well, Z Flip 4 is going to get the job done. Now, I do have to talk about price with the Z Flip 4. I think the Z Flip series is actually the first series of a folding phone that is for the mainstream consumer, the mainstream average consumer, because, well, it works. It works really well. I would recommend the Fold 4, but that is a little bit more expensive. With iterations before, we've seen foldable phones from different companies as well. Granted, many of them are not available in the US. Even Samsung's previous Fold and Flips were much more expensive. This one, however, is great. The Z Flip 4 is probably one of the main reasons why, when it comes to prices, why I picked this device up. It has a starting price of $999 for 128 gigs of storage, but if you did pre-order during its pre-order time, you'd be able to get 256 gigs at no extra cost. They both have 8 gigs of RAM, all configurations Z Flip 4 have 8 gigs of RAM, not an issue. Now I see it like this. Z Flip 4 kept the same price tag as the Flip 3, while offering improvements like better battery life, a better camera, more refined design, a much better durable, hinge, and just a better package overall. So why not? If you have the Flip 3 and battery life is, not an issue, then I wouldn't, pick up a new device just for that, unless you want to trade it in. That's also a thing, because I am trading in my Z Flip 3. However, if you're out there on the market looking for a foldable, I think this is the time. This is the perfect time, and a more better, there is no better time for me to recommend the Flip 4 because of these improvements. I'm absolutely loving it, and I think you will like it too. And there you have it. My thoughts on the Galaxy Z Flip 4 after 1 week. I've enjoyed every single second of using this, and I'm going to continue to enjoy it. It makes me more excited for what Samsung has in store for future foldables, for like the Z Flip 5, for the Fold series, maybe like a rollable series. I don't know, but I'm super excited. I definitely recommend this device to anyone to use as their daily phone, because the Z Flip 4 has definitely matured. It's become a really good device. When, third time's the charm, yes, but also no. I think the fourth one, Z Flip 4, definitely nailed it. Samsung is doing a great job in the foldable market, and I hope to keep it up. That's about it. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video, because it really does help out the channel a lot, and it'll help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.